We getting to know you, yeah. We getting to know. This is what we gon' do. We getting to know you, better. We getting to come on. We getting to know you, yeah. We getting to know. This is what we gon' do. We getting to know you, better. Come on through. We came to party and have fun. We came to party and have fun. We came to party and have fun. We came to party and have fun.
We blessed to see another day. Gone say hello.
Hello, everybody.
We get to know you. How was you today?
How are you today?
Hope all is well. I pray to see you smile is all I'm trying to say. Come stay a while. Let's talk and parlay. Introduce yourself. Tell the world who you is.
Hi, this is Layla from Kicking It with Layla, and today you're watching a repeat of Getting to Know You. It's an amazing show, exact. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You are here at Mocha Brown Presents Getting to Know You, and obviously the crowd is excited. We're excited. Y'all excited, right?
Yeah.
I think they're more excited than I expected. Well, and as they should be, we've got in-studio guests today, some amazing artists, and the one and only Freeway Ricky Ross is going to be in the building. So we're excited about that here at Getting to Know You. We want you to know that we want to get to know you. The guests that are going to be here today, you're welcome to ask any questions that you'd like by calling 713-807-1794, and you can ask them what you'd like. You could talk about anything that's on the subject matter today. You can talk about that by calling that number, and then we can hear you live and things like that. We also want you to know you can get in touch with us at Getting to Know You TV Show at gmail.com, or you can actually go get in touch with us online at mochabrown.info. So we're trying to get to know you in all ways, in all capacities. We've got the website, we've got the email, we've got the phone numbers, all ways that you can get in touch with us. You can. We want to get to know you, and we want you to get to know us. Again, we thank you for tuning in today. We thank you for being a part of the experience, and we want to thank our amazing live studio audience. But so what we are going to do is go to the one, the only Freeway Ricky Ross. Yay! We have been waiting for him to come. We are so excited to have him.
Well, you know, I'm from Texas, but I don't know Texas.
I know it, you know, and that's okay. Because you know what? One thing I have realized in this experience of you being here in Houston, Texas, is that you are a man of your word, honey. If he's saying he's going to do it, he is going to do it.
I'm going to try my best.
We need a round of applause for being a man of your word. Real talk. We thank you here for being a part of Mocha Brown Presents Getting to Know You. I know that you've been traveling Houston as a part of your book tour, which is right here, Freeway Rick Ross, The Untold Autobiography.
Yes.
And Houston, Texas just so happens to be one of your stops. So we're excited about having you here at Mocha Brown Presents Getting to Know You.
Thank you.
Please tell us a little bit about who Rick Ross is. And why are you doing
Well, you know, I was born in Texas.
Hey, Texas.
I was born in Tyler, East Texas.
Okay.
My mom moved to California when I was 3, looking to give me and my brother a better life. You know, Texas at that time was a little racist, you know, which is to say the least. I saw black and white bathrooms in my time.
What do you mean, like whites only?
Yeah, whites only.
Okay. That's an experience by itself. But
yeah, so Mom wanted to move to California to give us a different experience. And growing up in California, at 19, I started selling drugs.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Because a lot of people hear it, but I mean, they don't want to hear it. But that's the truth.
It's just real life, you know, and it's so many other, you know, we got 600,000 black men in prison right now for nonviolent drug offenses. I started at 19. I started with $125. I went on to make as much as $3 million in one day.
Okay, I'm just trying to do the math. So $125. $125 to $2 to $3 million a day.
Yeah, for like 2 years I did that.
Wow. We're just trying to get a little piece.
And the other thing about about drugs is that the entry level is so low. You know, it's a game that anybody can get into, and for most black men growing up in the ghetto, opportunities are so limited. You know, you're not gonna have, most of us not gonna have a rich uncle, a rich grandmother.
Well, you know what some people say, go to work, just go to work. Go get a 9 to 5. Well,
yeah,
why not just do that?
Yeah, but you know, and then if your education level is not at a certain level, like mine, I couldn't read or write. And when I was in prison, 65% of the guys in prison can't read and
So
write.
you couldn't read or write, but you could sell drugs?
I mean, selling drugs is easy to learn how to sell drugs in the ghetto. I mean, it's something that you can turn on almost on any street, and they can give you the information on how to sell drugs, where to get it at. So it's kind of prevalent in our neighborhood. And knowing a black man who owns a business is not the same way. You're not going to find many black businesses in our community. I mean, look around right now. Where can you go? Can you name where a black guy owns his own business? Not runs it. You know, there's a few that runs the business, but owns it. And it's important that that our kids have role models of people that they can see that are actually doing business. You know, the black drug dealer is the first businessman that most black kids see growing up in the ghettos, and that's a fact.
So okay, so you went from making the $3 million a day. You got caught. Got caught up, I guess I should say.
Same thing.
Same thing? Okay. And so they were going to give you a life sentence.
No, they gave me a life sentence.
They gave you a life sentence, and then tell us what happened.
Well, they gave me a life sentence, and while I was in prison, guys had told me that the way out of prison was through the law library. So I taught myself to read and write. Me and my cellie, he made me some cue cards. I learned my ABCs. I eventually started reading the newspaper, then law books, and to the point to where when I walked in the courtroom, I felt that I was the smartest person in the courtroom.
Then the lawyers?
Smarter than my lawyer, yes, who I had hired. He went to Harvard University, graduated top of his class. My prosecutor was the top prosecutor. He only prosecuted cases $10 million and above. He went to Yale University. And I started...
You had a high-profile lawyer?
My case was very high-profile, yes. Front page of LA Times, New York Times, Washington Post. Eventually, you know, Gary Webb did the story from Sacramento Bee, Dark Alliance. So it was a very high-profile case.
But you were smarter than him.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, my argument eventually won.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess that's a sign.
That's a big deal.
That's a sign of being smarter.
I mean, it's something. You don't go from life in jail. You're not going to get up out of here.
Right.
We're going to just give you 20.
Right. So absolutely. I mean, there is some plausibility to me being smarter than he was. I mean, he's mad that I'm out right now.
Is he?
I can guarantee you, absolutely. He won't speak to nobody, because you know news reporters have tried to.
They want to talk to his side of things.
Absolutely, absolutely. He should give his side of the story, but he won't talk. So I think that I did outsmart him in my case because I would have pled guilty to 20. I tried to plead guilty to 20.
Right.
I asked them to give me a plea bargain for 20 years, and they said no. So for me to go to trial and get 20 years is a victory, I believe.
Well, we want to congratulate him. We're glad you're out. We're glad you're out here in the free world doing what you do. And since getting out, you have decided to put out a wonderful book.
Yeah, I wrote this book when I was still in prison. I wrote this while I was still there.
Tell us about that.
I was sitting in my cell, you know, and you get a lot of time to think when you locked up 24 hours a day.
Oh,
and you do a lot of laying in the bed and a lot of pacing back and forth in your little cell and just thinking about all the things that you went through in life. And while I was doing this, you know, I started thinking about myself as a young man growing up and how my life could have been different.
Right.
You know how people say, what would you have done different? Well, I started writing all that down. You know, what I did, how I did it wrong, how I did it right, and what I would have done different. And it just came to me that young people needed this type of information to base their decisions on. You know, I mean, it's just like going to school. When you go to school, most of the textbooks are something that somebody did before, and they put it in a textbook, and now the kids get to go and analyze it and then come up with an answer.
And let's speak to that fairly quickly. I understand that a lot of colleges actually do ask you to come. Texas Southern University has invited you to come and speak with them. I not that I'm shocked, but I'm kind of shocked, because in my head I'm thinking, okay, they're not going to let anybody that used to be a drug dealer, or, you know, not a big time one at least, come into school and talk to these kids.
Well, why not have the best? Why not?
If you're going
I mean, if I'm with my kids to learn from somebody, I'd rather for them to learn from the best. Don't give me a mediocre.
Yeah.
You're going to bring the mediocre in here to teach my kids how to be the best?
Right.
No. So I would want my kids to learn from the best. Okay, yeah, what I did was wrong. I'd admit that. But at the same time, there was lessons that was learned, and I feel that our kids should get those lessons from the best people they can, and from as many people as they can. I mean, I would even say that a guy who didn't sell drugs good should also write a book, you know, and tell why he figured that he didn't do as well in the drug business. And I think that this kind of information would help our kids start to make rational decisions.
Wow. That makes sense.
Thank you.
I know we have some questions in the audience. I don't know that we have time to ask them. I think we've got 4 minutes. Maybe we can ask one question.
I just wanted to tell him, you know, he's a voice for a lot of us brothers, because that's a story for a lot of us brothers in the inner city. You know, so he's like a voice. You know, he's a voice
speaking.
for a lot of us that don't get to, you know, that don't get to tell our story.
And you know, I was telling it, and not don't get to, because it's not, the code of the street said we don't talk about our stories.
Exactly, and that's what people say.
And that's one of the things that I wanted to do, is that I wanted to change that. I wanted to start speaking out, because the guys who introduced me to the drug business, they didn't introduce me to the whole business. They only gave me a small part of it that attracted my attention. Now, if they would have told me that my mom was going to break down in court and scream out like somebody had really did something to her, and I couldn't do anything because marshals had me, you know, they was ushering me out with handcuffs on.
This really happened.
This happened in the courtroom. My mom, when that judge say life without the possibility, I'd already told my mom that I was going to get life. So
hearing it is another
But hearing
story.
it was a total different thing. And when that judge said that, it really hurt my mom. And that's probably the worst pain that I've ever seen her in.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So for me, when I walked in that holding tank, the thing that was running through my mind was that I'll never see my mom again as a free man.
Right.
So they didn't explain that to me.
Right.
They didn't explain to me that my kids were going to grow up without a father.
Right.
But
he's a voice from doing something extreme as making $3 million a day selling drugs to getting out of jail and writing a book. Something positive. I think we got another question for you.
Yeah, I got a question. I come from the hood too. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the same background as you, and
from Herm Clark.
I'm from Herm Clark, Texas. Already, you got tell them again. Herm Clark, Jurassic Clark, Texas. Hey, but what I wanted to ask was, good or bad, what is your biggest regret out of everything that you did with that whole situation?
Well, when you say regret, I don't know if regret is the correct word. Because if you start regretting things, then you don't like who you are today. We've all made mistakes. Right. You know, there's nobody that's alive that has never made a mistake. You know, Jesus said, "Ye that has never sinned, cast the first stone," and everybody start backing up because they couldn't cast a stone because everybody had made mistakes. And anything that I feel that I have done wrong in the past, then in the future, I'll make sure that I don't do that same thing. So what I do is I look forward and not backwards. So what I'm doing now is I'm planning my future and making sure that I don't make the same mistakes that I made in the past.
Good answer. All right, really quickly, tell us a little bit of information about the book and how we can get it.
Well, I wrote this book for us, especially street dudes, you know, people who grew up in the hood. And that's really who been buying it. You know, Oprah ain't going to pick this book up.
She might.
I doubt it.
She might.
But we don't need Oprah. We don't need none of them. You know, we got everything we need in the hood. All we have to do is learn how to take what we got in the hood and make it work for us. And what I hope that people get out of this book most of all is how to become critical thinkers. Because once you become a critical thinker, you can take anything. You can take something as negative as selling drugs and make something out of it for yourself, and also have people that also benefit from it. So if we become critical thinkers as black people, I think that we can change our whole situation with the gangs, with the drugs, with the homelessness, with the unemployment, with the lack of businesses, the whole 9 yards, because we have the resources. We built this country. Our ancestors built this country for other people. Now, it don't make sense that we can't build for our own self.
That's right. That's right.
And we can, but all we have to do is have confidence in ourselves, start thinking about what it is that we have to do. Each individual has to think about what I have to do and be willing to dedicate themselves to making it happen.
Good answer. Round of applause. Great answer. Well, I'm for one excited about everything that you've been doing, and I'm not kidding, guys. I've been with you to some of these spots that you've stopped to in Houston, and everywhere you go, you're making an impact. I know that people are calling this the Ghetto Bible, and I thought when you said it, I was like,
You know what?
why are they saying
Minister Ishmael, he held it up when I spoke at the Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
He said, "This is health care."
that? Wow.
He said, "This is health care," and I understood what he meant. He said that this could save your kid's life. A school teacher told me one time, she said, she read it, she said, it's an anti-gang book. And I never meant for it to be an anti-gang book, but I put in there what I thought about the Crips and the Bloods and how I loved them and how I would have followed Tookie.
Right.
But just lucky I had got sidetracked from some reason or another, I don't remember.
Right.
I wrote this book a long time ago. But what I'm saying is that I put this book in here and I put the truth in here, what I really went through, and hopefully.
And that's probably why it's doing so well. I know it's a bestseller on Amazon, and it can be gotten on your website as well.
You don't go to Amazon and buy it.
But it is a bestseller there.
It is. It
It's
is.
a bestseller there.
Not because I wanted it to be, though.
Right. What?
I didn't care. I don't
Okay.
care. I mean, buy it on Amazon if you have to. Just get the book.
Just get the book.
Don't be the last one to know what's going on.
Right.
I wrote this book. I put a lot of energy in this book. You know, I went to prison illiterate. I read over 300 books before I left prison.
They say you're only as smart as the library.
You're absolutely correct.
what
So
300 books
I put a lot into the book. I think that the book is definitely valuable for people who are trying
Oh, that's what I was going to say before I forget. The guy that you met at one of the barbershops said that he took one of your 10 rules or some of the rules that you have and put it in the back.
Oh, yeah, that was the guy who said he had just got out of prison.
He said he just got out of prison and you have some rules or something on the back. So he said you have some rules in this book.
I do.
He took it, wrote it down, and put it in the back of his Bible. To me, that's important.
Absolutely.
That meant something to that man. And a lot of the people that we ran into, you have made an impact in their real lives. And they want this.
I'm going to keep making an impact. I'm going to keep making an impact.
Right.
I ain't going to stop.
Right.
And that gives me so much energy. You don't know how that guy fueled me today.
Yeah.
So I'm all fired up again.
Right.
My battery's
So with
been
that
charged.
being said, what's next for Freeway Rick Ross? You got the book?
Well, I'm
Rick
gonna
Ross
be here.
done told out
I'm gonna
about
be
it.
here
What's
in
next?
Houston. I'm gonna be here in Houston until Monday. Monday, I'm having a business mixer over at the Shrine of the Black Madonna.
Shrine of the Black Madonna.
So anybody out there that's looking for extra income, legal too. Because soon as I start talking about money, they think I'm talking about something illegal.
Raising eyebrows.
But we talking
with
about
this legal
legal.
money.
We're going to be showing you, one of my friends has made over $4 million with this company. He's not going to be here this week, but he's definitely going to come back to town, and he's going to teach me everything that he knows about this business. And he said, because if I learn how to do it, then I can teach others how to do it. And he thinks that I can teach more people than he can. So
Well, you're
be
doing
there
that.
Monday at the Shrine of the Black Madonna,
What time?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
No, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Sorry about that.
p.m.?
PM, 7
Okay.
p.m. to 9 p.m. And I'll be doing a lecture, short lecture, and they'll be presenting the business to everybody. And then there'll be people there that'll be talking to you that's already in the company, that my guy got in the company. They'll be talking about how much money they made since they signed up with him. And
How long have you been in it?
I've been in 1 week.
1 week.
I got a.
Okay.
He said I got a $15,000 check coming on the 15th of next month.
For being in it 1
just
week?
for 1 week. So you know, I'm fired up now.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. How do we get a check? I guess we'll find out if we go to the meeting on Monday.
Yeah, be there Monday.
Be
You'll
there
find
Monday.
out.
tell us real quick, because I have a shirt too that I'm going to wear tomorrow at one of your spots.
Okay, okay.
But this shirt says the real Rick Ross is not a rapper. Can you stand up real quick? I don't know if your mic is not attached. Okay. The real Rick Ross is not a rapper. So I'm assuming you get that a lot.
I do. That's one of the most asked questions. How do I feel about the rapper?
How do you feel?
I don't have any feelings toward him.
There is no feeling.
None at all. I mean, we don't have anything in common. You know, I tell people all the time, why do we care about people who care absolutely nothing about us? And if you don't care anything about me, I don't care nothing about you. No feelings at all. You know, I don't dislike you. I don't like you.
There's
I mean,
nothing.
it's just nothing there. You know, we don't have any relationship. You know,
No malice. You're not trying to.
No. I have relationships with people who like me and people who I like, who help me, and I help them. So, you know, no hard feelings, but I'm not buying your record. I'm not buying your T-shirt. I'm not going to wear your hat.
Rick Ross song in your
No, I don't.
Your decks,
no, I
your
don't.
thing? Okay.
No, I don't.
Who is your favorite artist?
Now, why we got to go into all that?
But if you don't listen to him, who do you listen to?
The ones who come to my neighborhood and help me clean up my streets and sweep my street off and
Good answer.
put a hamburger stand and hire all the kids from the neighborhood. That's who I listen
is a
to.
great
That's who CD I buy. That's who T-shirts I buy. That's who shoes I'm gonna buy.
Okay, that's a good answer. You need to get in touch with A1 because he has this program called Help. I'm sure he would love.
I'm looking for A1 right now.
A1 is in front of you. So definitely.
I'm looking for A1. Where you at, A1? Let's hook up.
A1 is in the field. All right. Okay, guys. Well, I am Amanda Sapp with Getting to Know You, and you just got to know the one and only Freeway Rick Ross. Can we get a round of applause? Yeah.
I see y'all Monday. Monday, be there.
All right,
We're gonna change your life.
Yeah, it's gonna change your life. So in the meantime, while you're getting ready to get your life changed on Monday, join us next Friday and make sure you call in at 713-807-1794. You can watch this video again at Getting to Know You TV show. I'm sorry, mochabrown.info, and you can call, give us information at gettingtoknowyoutvshow@gmail.com. We appreciate you. We thank you, and we love you for tuning in today. Here at Mocha Brown Presents Getting to Know You. Again, I'm Amanda Sapp. We just got to know again the one and only fantastic Freeway Ricky Ross.
That was good, Amanda. You made it up.
I was so under pressure.